Welcome back to Horror Fest, where the horror hacks deeper than a hatchet to the bone. Tonight, we have a tale so terrifying it'll make your head spin, if it stays on your shoulders. A true story of madness, murder, and a man whose thirst for blood couldn't be quenched. They call him the Hatchet Man, and trust me, he earned his name. A husband turned hunter, a lover turned executioner. His crimes carved their way into history, and some say, into the afterlife. But before we descend into this chopping nightmare, make sure you subscribe and turn on all notifications. You might find yourself missing, just like his victims. And don't forget to smash that like button, just like the Hatchet Man smashed his way through marriage. Now then, on to tonight's story. And I call this one the Hatchet Man from Ohio. Enjoy. Mary Hellman never thought she'd marry a monster. And at first, Andrew Hellman, later known as Adam Horn, was a quiet, hard-working man. A tailor turned farmer. He was supposed to be the foundation of their family, but darkness had taken root inside him, and it spread like poison. Neighbors in Ohio whispered about the Hellman's tragedy, the mysterious death of their 2 children. One day they were laughing, playing in the fields, and the next they were buried in the cold earth. The cause? Unknown, but some suspected poison. Mary had her doubts too. She saw the way Andrew watched their son and daughter with that cold, distant stare, and now she was next. One chilly autumn evening, Mary prepared supper in their small cabin. The stew simmered, filled the air with the scent of meat and root vegetables. She heard Andrew behind her, his heavy boots scuffing against the hardwood floor.
Andrew?
She asked, turning to him. No answer, just that dead-eyed stare, his fingers clenched around something behind his back. Then, a wet gargle bubbled from her lips as the hatchet struck her skull. Again and again. Blood sprayed across the cabin walls. The stew on the fire bubbled as her lifeless body collapsed beside it. And the last thing she saw was the faint flicker of the oil lamp before her whole world faded to black. Andrew, now a murderer, wasted no time. He staged the scene, ransacking the house and smashing dishes to make it look like a robbery. Then he ran, vanishing into the night before the town could piece together the truth. His hands still dripped with blood as he fled Ohio. Changing his name to Adam Horn, he found solace in the shadows drifting from town to town, blending into the world like a phantom. For years, the man who slaughtered his wife and possibly his children roamed free. But one murder is never enough for a man like him. By the time he settled in Maryland, he found a new wife, Matilda Hinkle. Poor, sweet Matilda. She knew nothing of his past. She only saw the charming, quiet man who claimed to love her. But just like before, Andrew's darkness festered. The urge to kill crept up his spine like a parasite whispering in his ear. One fateful evening, he gave in. He didn't stop. He couldn't stop. The blood, the thrill, the power, it consumed him. Matilda's body laid in pieces, scattered around the home she once shared. Her head, missing. Never found. Some say he kept it, and others whispered he buried it beneath the floorboard, where her spirit still lingers. His crimes had been too savage, too grotesque to be ignored. He was arrested, tried, and sentenced to death. On a cold morning in January 1844, he took his last steps to the gallows. His face was blank, unreadable. Some say he smirked as the noose was placed around his neck, as if he knew his evil wouldn't die with him. But even in death, Andrew Hellman's legacy did not end. Some swear his restless spirit haunts the land where his cabin once stood, where his wife's blood seeped into the wooden floors. And others claim to hear a faint sound of a hatchet slicing through the night air, as if he's still out there, still hunting. Run. Well, my fiendish friends. Looks like our dear victim took till death do us part a little too seriously. But hey, love hurts. And in this case, it really went to the heart. Straight to the rib cage. I suppose there's a lesson here. If your lover starts thinking about forever, make sure they don't mean eternity in a coffin. And if your romance smells a little off, maybe it's not love. Maybe it's just rotting. Now, if you enjoyed tonight's little tragedy, don't be selfish. Share this episode with your friends. And after all, horror is always better when you're not suffering alone. And if you're dying to know more about this true story behind the Hatchet Man, including the grisly court trial, you're in luck. We've got a book just for you. Click the links in the show notes of this episode to get your copy today. And of course, if you want to show the world your love of terror tales, check out our official merch. We've got shirts, hoodies, and more. Guaranteed to keep you looking drop dead gorgeous. Just don't get any blood on them. It's murder to wash out. Next week we'll be taking a trip to Wilmington, a town where the streets don't want to be found. The pumpkins rot too soon, and the dead refuse to rest. When little Damian Wheeler vanishes on Halloween night, it's only the beginning of the town's nightmares. The real terror, someone actually knows what happened, and the blood on their hands isn't washing off. And now, it's your turn, my little creeps. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's the worst breakup you've ever seen? Did it end in heartbreak or something more messier? Until next time, remember, true love never dies, but you might.